everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new Korean movie just dropped on Netflix. It's called 20th Century Girl, and it is kind of a a romantic slash teen movie. And in this movie, you see Bora, her best friend Kim, when she goes away like she has this heart disease and she goes away to get a heart surgery. Uh, but when she was leaving, she asked her best friend Bora to keep track of this boy she really liked in this movie. So we see like she asked her to, keep eye on him, get close to him, get information about him as much as you can. So in this movie, we see Bora, she start following him and start, creating a relationship with him. And in the process, of course, she become really close to him. There is a center plot. Of course, there is a many twist and turn in this movie. Overall, this movie, it is very sweet, and some of the scene, although it is very sweet and heartwarming, however, some of the scene I found it really funny. Like especially Bora, the center character, she's really very likable. You really like her, especially the way she was, she's trying to keep track on him, and she gets into trouble and she tried to pretend all this thing in this movie. I found them really very funny and also very interesting, although this movie does drag some scene here and there. Overall, this movie, how it ends, I was in tears because it's really sad, and I was like, oh, it's so sad. It's really sad the way it's end. Toward this movie, I really like center of these two characters, their relationship, and I thought they had really good chemistry with each other. Although I was guessing, like, I guess she is this awkward girl, anybody tells her that they like her, she become very nervous and very relatable. I guess she become very nervous and very like defensive in this movie. You see her, and this boy comes to her and tells her like he likes her, and she's like, "Oh, I am all this thing, don't like me," and he's like, "What?" It's really very charming, honestly, and I didn't like at first. I never thought this movie will be so sweet and charming. Beginning of this movie, I was like, oh, all the beginning of this movie, I thought, also Bora thought, like, why we are doing this sounds really silly, like why I'm keeping track of this boy. But how she really ends up thinking about all of this thing. It was very interesting, and how it ends is like really, overall, this movie really surprised me. I had such a good time watching it, especially all the acting was really good. You really like all this actor. I felt like they did such a good job, especially the center actress. I'm sorry, I cannot say her name. Bora, the person who played Bora. I thought she was really good. Her acting was so charming. She was. I guess in the beginning of this movie, she was really like very young teenager. End of this movie, I guess her character matured, and you see her face also like. Yeah, she was really good. So is the center actor. He was also really good. And also, they have such a good chemistry. Overall, this movie really one of those sweet movie. End of it, you're like, oh, you're watching their first love, unfold front of your eyes. Overall, this movie, it was really sweet and charming. And it's really surprised me how much I liked it. And that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.